And today we are talking about time and energy. Okay, let's establish what time is. Well, time is relevant, alright? I know about it. But I also know that we have agreed that there are around 24 hours a day. And then we also have exactly same hours as Alexander the Great had. And he accomplished quite much with the hours he was given. So, alright, there is also a thing called energy, which I just say that it's the energy that keeps us going, moving, talking, doing these videos, for example, or whatever. And when it comes to, let's say, it can be everything else than working life and working life too. But in this context, I just use the working life as example to describe what these things mean for all of us. At least, but I think so. But nevertheless, let's take it this way that we have been now living a world where we have been able to, for example, learn how to do things from distance, that we don't have to anymore drive to meet someone. Okay, let's take matters which you need to take in consideration when you are migrating, when you are moving somewhere, just to meet someone. You need to, well, if you are not me, you probably might need to, try to look like a human being. Since I've got that thing away ages ago that I don't care that much how I look like, I just get dressed up and go, and then I also try to get wherever I'm going fastest way possible. And but even that takes a lot of energy. So 1 hour meeting might require from your time resource might require half an hour for the migration, 15 minutes for preparation, and other 15 minutes for something else. So all this stuff might take your energy more than 20% of your day, for example, that you have been given. The energy is a bit more difficult to measure, so let's just say that 100% is 100% of your energy, and things go away from that. Or then also there are this kind of thing that you are, for example, asked or requested to do some things that you are not actually comfortable of doing things. And here, when it comes to human resources and being a boss, you would need to figure out that you don't put people to do things that they are not happy to do. Because, yeah, a thing that might take 15 minutes might eat, let's say, 10% of your energy stockpile that you have managed to gather. Let's say that you don't like to give feedback, and then you are told that, okay, hey, George, go to give feedback to Diana. George doesn't want to give feedback, it's not his cup of tea, but he's forced to do it, and he feels like, oh, now I've given my all for today. Or then there is some kind of situation that you are, for example, getting some kind of feedback yourself, or whatever it is that you are not willing or prepared to do, and that might ruin your whole day, and the energy and time units are completely wasted. So this is one thing that seems to be very difficult for people to remember, and I think that it's kind of a thing why we from the beginning started to specialize. People are given specialized tasks. There are customer service which deals with the feedback, and that's why you are divisioning the labor inside the company. Just like the countries are divisioning the labor, you are not trying to make a watch in one country with all the equipment in that one country. You are gathering pieces to make the final product from everywhere. So when it comes to this kind of idea that you are managing your own life and your own working life, it's very important to try to figure out that what eats your energy the most. It's also that does certain people eat your energy, or is your work a big energy consuming pile of whatever which you don't like? That is it just eating you inside out, for example, that you are giving all of your energy during your working day, and then you don't have anything to give anymore to anyone after that. That's also one thing to think about. And I still remember when I kind of started my career as a superior, that I started to have people who work for me, and then my ideology was from the beginning that I'm very output oriented leader, if I put it this way, that I only care what comes out from the production line. It doesn't really matter how we get there, it doesn't really matter why we get there, even, it just matters what comes out. So it doesn't matter do people do it from a holiday that they are in a Canarian Isles or they are wherever, it doesn't matter where they are as long as things happen. So this was quite revolutionizing in HR industry at some point, that people were used of it, that they are expected to be physically somewhere. I think it's like very, how would I say, it's diminishing you as a human being if you are required to give your time for money. You know, that you give 8 hours of your day to receive money, and probably you give more energy than you actually give time, or other way around. But whatever the outcome is, it's completely wrong setting in my perspective that we talk about time input. We should always consider that what do we want as an end result, and how people preserve and use their energy with the best way. Is it that you let people to sleep until 10 a.m. and that's how they are giving most of their positive energy and energy during the work day, that they can give the best output by using less time, and they probably might have a bit energy also in the evening, and how we are doing things that are fitting for us. And when it comes to education, which I always like to point out, I still think that the education sector is doing something wrong when we put teenagers and kids through this kind of torture that you need to concentrate on multiple topics all day, and then you have to wake up times that you don't want to wake up, and you are definitely out of energy before 1 p.m. So yeah, I really have to put everywhere this little critique to requirement of renewing the education sector, but just had to do it, my bad. But the takeaway from this is that try to see how you are the best in whatever you are doing, how you are best worker, and tell that to your boss, how you are best husband or wife, and tell that to them, and how you are the best friend, you know, that you can really give the best out of you whenever it's required. Or is it required? Let's just be whatever we are, and at least happy about it. So I think that when we use the time and energy correctly, we can do that too. So that's it for today.